Hey, Matt, what's up, man?
Hey, look, I know that we talk about it all the time. December 26th, saddest day of the year. I gotta say, I'm still feeling a bit holly jolly this December 6th.
Dude, I am too. And you know what? I think part of it is honestly, this has become one of my favorite episodes to do every year.
Yeah, we're just shooting the
Or
shit. We didn't have to watch
exactly.
anything. We didn't have to
No
prepare. We're just
prep.
sharing memories. But
No
I,
prep or lack thereof. But I'm with you, man. I'm
yeah,
with you. It's just it's one of those things that I think I've gotten better at over the years is staying busy
yeah,
right after that Christmas day. We've got we've got a couple friends coming over for New Year's Eve, and
nice.
also I got Magfest coming up, the music and gaming festival that I hit every year. It's just the weekend after. Dude, I've got no time to have the sads, man.
Yeah,
But
no,
also I'm feeling it this year, man. It's overall it's been a great season.
yes. So this was kind of a weird one. And I think that I've just got to get used to the fact that this is the weird that it will always be, which is that pretty much up until the charity live stream, I am in full planning charity live stream mode, which like don't get me wrong, that is one of if not the like peak of every year for me. I love organizing that event. I love just staying up for almost 24 hours, just like watching people enjoy all of these different podcasters and live performances and the content that we did. And like, I had a blast doing the script read, but it was like, once that was over and off my shoulders on just like the morning of December 10th, I was like, now I can start really watching
Yeah.
Christmas movies. I can start to like
Yep.
get holly jolly because I didn't have this
Yeah.
I don't call it an albatross because it's an albatross I happily carry, but this thing that
Yeah.
took up a lot of time, especially in that go period of like post Halloween leading up to December
Yep.
9th, it's like, all right, I
Yep.
got to make sure I have everything I need, that everyone knows what time they're going on. Um,
Dude, and
as
you went
we
above and beyond, man. It went so, so well, and I
no
feel you
no
with
bumps. No, but the only
yeah,
bump
nope.
was us
Yeah.
having to suddenly be ready an
Go a
hour early.
little sooner, and I think it still went really well. I feel you, dude. I felt the same way with our, the middle school drama production and getting that prepped, and it's like, I don't have time to worry about Christmas because 'cause I'm worried about my kids,
Yeah. But then
uh,
that final performance
falling on their
happens and
face.
you're like, here we go. Let's fucking
Yep,
rage.
exactly, and the next day I was ready to go, but I will say, what you're saying is why I will never do another production of my own, like, be in a production,
Yeah, and you've
around
said this
Christmas time because
before.
it
It's
literally
yeah, it kills
does.
you.
Yeah, it
It's
does,
no fun. I wanna say
but
something up front be
unless it was a Christmas
yeah,
production, like,
no,
then I'm
that's
for it.
different. That's different. I do wanna say something
Yeah.
up front real quick because for
Yeah,
all
man.
we know, for a lot of people, this might be the last episode of our podcast they listen to until November, and I wanna
Yes.
say to those people, first of all, thank you. Thank you
Yes,
for
dude,
for
thank you
the
so much.
you have no clue. I don't wanna get into numbers, but what I will say is that as of this morning, across the entire Geekscape network, the top 10 most streamed episodes of the month of December, 8 of them are Christmas 365 episodes by like a massive margin. And that is
Yeah.
amazing. And that's because of all of you people coming out in a huge amount of numbers to like have us be part of your Christmas celebration. And I absolutely love that. What I want
Yeah, and
to ask
if
is
yeah, go
stay.
ahead, sorry.
Stick around. Stick around.
Yeah.
We're gonna have fun. Um, you know, all of next month, we're gonna be reviewing all of those new Christmas movies that dropped in 2022. Some of them we love, some of them we were mediocre on, some of them
Yeah.
we kind of thought were terrible. But hear what those movies were, those TV shows, find out where our thoughts are on that. And then we are trying really hard in 2023 to really lean into like this the vibe of the season. And I think we do a good job, but we're diving in even harder where it's like,
Yeah.
hey, it's February, it's Valentine's Day, let's lean into some of that like Christmas rom-com vibe. Hey, it's
Yeah.
it's like March and April, it's starting to get springtime. Like let's like pull away from stuff that's like overtly churchy and and Christmassy and like stuff that's just got like Christmasness peppered amongst it. And then like let's focus on a bunch of ska music in the summer, whatever it is. And we're looking at
Or we
anniversaries.
flip it and we get really Jesus-y in April for Easter.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, but we'll figure it out. We'll find things to cover that make sense with the season, that makes you not feel, because we have to deal with it too. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes in April and May, you just don't wanna be thinking about Christmas just yet.
Yeah.
So we try to make it digestible for everybody to just get, like, 30, 40 minutes of good holly jolly feeling in their week, even if it's just, like, a tiny little drop, like when we did Jaws the Revenge in the summer, because there's like 5 minutes of Christmas in it. Like we
Yeah.
have fun. We like to have fun around here,
Dude,
is
I'm
what I'm trying
telling
to
you,
say.
we're doing Shark Week this year coming up. If you're a huge fan of
Santa
Santa
Jaws.
Jaws, I'm
I
definitely gonna get Matt to watch Santa
I'll
Jaws
watch.
this
I've
time.
heard multiple podcasts be like, "This movie is not nearly as terrible as you are led to believe.
It's
It's a lot of
not.
fun."
It's
It's
so
like-
much fun. It's so much fun. But piggybacking off of what you're saying, please stick around. If for some reason you are dead set on not listening to us again until Christmas time rolls around next year, seriously, thank you for listening, and we'll see you soon. And you got tons of backlog to listen to. Because remember, guys, we are here every Monday, whether it is Christmas time, springtime, summertime, it does not matter. We are here spreading the holly jollies. Oh my god, dude. I am taken aback by the listenership that we've had this
Overwhelming.
past Christmas season.
Absolutely
It's
overwhelming.
absolutely amazing. I've always wanted to do something like this, and the fact that I get to do it with somebody who has become definitely one of my best friends, it's absolutely amazing. And even though we do kind of tie it to Christmas always, and we may not always be feeling it, we definitely get to squeeze in some of those things that we want to talk about, regardless of if it's Christmas or not. So we're here for you guys to keep your holiday cheer 365 days a year. And that would have been a really good sign off, but we're
That
only 7 minutes
Yeah,
in.
we're only 7 minutes in. We got so let's talk about, because I think that usually my Christmas stuff isn't that exciting to talk about usually.
Yeah.
So let's start with you. You have, like, always the most Christmassy of Christmases. So I want to know, like, what was your last, well, let's not try to cover the whole month of December, because, like, homeboy's got things
Yeah.
to do. But, like, let's say the
On
week of,
December 1st, I
yeah, like, just starting
did.
on, like, say, the 20th, building up to the big day, the 5-day
Oh my
run.
god. The babe, what did I do the 20th? All right, so the 20th, was that the Tuesday?
Sure, I mean, you don't have to cover every single
I
day.
know,
I'm
I
just
know,
talking
I
about
know,
the
I
week
know, but I'm
leading
trying
into.
to like figure out where I was, cuz everything kind of blurs together in the here are the days you were in school and here are the days that you were
I'm
not
pretty
in
sure
school.
Wednesday was your last day. Tuesday,
Wednesday
I
was
think,
my
was when
last
you
day,
went out
yes.
partying with some friends to be hungover for
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Tuesday was great. Tuesday was fantastic. We went to the RAR Brewery, which is here in Cambridge, Maryland. And what was really cool for the Christmas season, I don't know if they do this all year long, but for the Christmas season, they put like gremlins throughout the whole brewery. And it
Ooh,
was really neat. Like, definitely whoever makes those, I don't know if it's NECA or Trick or Treat Studios or whatever, but like whoever makes the full size gremlins, y'all made a killing off of Cambridge's brewery. It's absolutely wild. They had them like hanging from the fans, and these were like well made. These weren't Walmart brand gremlins. Like it was really cool. But just enjoying that and going into to work the next day. No, I know we made jokes about being hungover, but they were closed by 9. We we all got a full sleep for the next day.
there you go. Yeah.
My the last day of school before winter break has always been my favorite day of the school year. It beats out leaving for the summer. It's just there's something magical about it. Everybody's doing Christmassy stuff in their classrooms, or it's not exactly like it's not like it was in elementary school where people were having like parties, quote unquote. But like everybody is just kind of taking it easy. We know we're there for a half day.
Dude, you wanna know something
Um,
wild? The
yeah,
school district that I live in, until the
yeah,
weather was, like, threatening to be 7 degrees, was still having classes up to Friday, December 23rd, which I just thought
that's
was pure
wild.
chaos. Like
That's
like,
wild.
absolute insanity. I'm like, "You guys haven't even had a snow day. You're telling me that there is 0
Yeah.
way that you can be like, you know what, y'all have off. I think it was like a half day. Like it was going to be like done at like 12 or 1. I'm like, just give. What are they going to possibly learn on the
Dude,
Friday before a
nothing.
week long
Nothing.
break?
Even, like, we made sure that even Monday and Tuesday when we had
We're
full
like
days,
low
we
key
made
light.
sure
Yeah.
yeah, we made sure that we were done all the heavy lifting the week prior. Like, there was no
Because
way
there
I
ain't
was getting
nothing's getting retained
no,
from that place.
nothing at all. Nothing at all. Um, but so I don't know if you know this, Matt, but I kind of have an in with the big guy in red
Ooh.
because somehow, some way, I get him to show up at the school every
No.
year.
What?
Yeah.
I can't even
Yeah.
get that, and I have
I
so many
know, man.
podcasts and connections.
I know. Kids earmuffs if you're listening, but dude, every year I get to dress up as Santa for the school,
Oh,
and
so
it
you,
is
like, disappear.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Dylan goes o g Mr. Dylan goes to get the door for Santa, and then Santa
yeah,
does all of his shit, and then when Santa
yeah,
leaves, Dylan walks in, he's like, "So what I miss?"
yeah.
Like
You're stealing my bit like that. That's exactly what I do, man. I'll have somebody come down and cover the class, and then I'll go up front and don the big red suit. And we this year we came over the intercom, and Dr. Holloway was like, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to make an announcement. Mr. Lyles has pulled a few strings and and got in contact with the big guy in red, and what's that I hear? And I'll be like on the other side of her with the bell, like ding a ding a ding ding. She's like, it looks like Santa's gonna be making his way around to the different classes. And then we go around, and I throw the ho ho ho, and I'll be like kicking the door open and throwing mints and just causing chaos,
Do
and then I get to
you
leave the room. So
I know that we've talked about how this is definitely not a Christmas movie, and I hate that people put it in the Christmas category, but do you try to work
what?
in a Glen Coco reference while you're walking around
No,
and
no, but I wish I would. I
"Where's
wasn't
Glen
even thinking it.
Coco?" Like
You go, Glen Coco.
It's
I
so
need
good.
to.
I
It's
mean, I
so
get
funny
why
that
people
that is
want that movie to be a Christmas movie because
yeah.
some of the highlights are definitely during the December month of that movie, but
Yeah, I mean, I can't listen to Jingle Bell Rock without thinking of that movie. Like, I hear
yeah.
that song and I'm like, I hear just Lindsay Lohan a cappella, "What a bright time." I'm
I
like, "All
have
right."
so, like, on the giant Matt Kelly Christmas playlist of, like, 2,000 songs, one of them is, like, the actual audio from the movie with, like, the
Yeah.
slapping of the the, like,
The
leather
juke
cut.
the or
Yeah,
the stereo
yeah.
to that kid's face.
I'm like, "Alright,
Dude,
whatever,"
it has
like,
been years since I've watched Mean Girls.
that I think it was one of those
I need to
movies
work
that
it in.
when I first discovered Mean Girls was a such a frequent rewatch that I needed a Mean Girls sabbatical. I never disliked
That's
the movie, but I was like, I need to
yeah.
step away from it for a
I
bit.
think that happened with a lot of my family with Napoleon Dynamite.
Well,
Like, it was like, wow, like,
it
that's
but have you
go
revisited it
ahead.
recently? Because
No.
I went like 5 or 6 years not watching Napoleon Dynamite and then
Yeah.
rewatched it, and it was like watching it with fresh new eyes again. I was like, "This is
Yeah.
fantastic." I was Dude, just I've said this a million times. There is no scene that is without any dialogue that is funnier to me than Kip driving over the Tupperware bowl to show how strong it is, and it just
Yeah.
explodes, and then he drives away. It's such a great
It's
visual gag.
yeah,
Like,
it's on the list, man. I'm gonna have to revisit that and Mean Girls both.
yeah.
It's been a while for both of
All
them.
right, so
But
you
yeah,
but
man.
all right, so Wednesday at some point, Santa Claus via Mr. Lyles shows up at school. You
Yeah,
party
and
with
it's a
some
lot of
friends on
fun, and I do.
Tuesday.
I come back in the classroom and I'm like, "Hey guys, I went to get a soda. What's what did I miss?" And all the kids are like, "No, that was you." I'm like, "What was me? What are you guys
Yeah,
talking about?
you're
You were
you're
Santa."
you're
I was
regular
like, "Santa
Bruce Wayne
was
up
here."
in there.
Holy shit! I
Clark
fucking missed him.
Clark Kent out there. You're like, Santa wears glasses, kids. I don't wear
Yeah.
glasses.
And he did. Like, I had glasses on specifically for Santa. I was like, "Bro, I don't wear glasses. That gives me a headache. How can I do that?"
Man, I wish that we wrote versions of Superman where Rick Clark and just like, "Did I miss anything? I was taking a huge shit just now."
Dropping kids, I was dropping a big wet one. What happened? Santa came. What?
I gotta
Dan,
go back.
he said your he said your room's decorations were better than everyone else's in the schools.
I don't know. Maybe next year be like extra mean to you.
Yeah.
You walk in, and
That
be
Mr.
like,
Lyles is a dick.
yeah, like
Glad he's
drop
not in
seriously,
here.
put like 2 lumps of coal on the desk on your way
No,
out.
I just get up on the desk and I take a dump. Like I'm just Santa, what are you doing?
You try to say like, "It wasn't me. That was Santa."
Yeah.
Look, I can't be held accountable when the red suit comes on, kids.
Mr. Lyles, can I see you in my office?
Sounds like you're describing what
Jesus.
Santa Claus did in my
Yeah.
classroom.
There's no way that could have been me. I don't wear a red suit.
All right, so you
Oh
finish the
shit.
elementary, Jesus. You finish working at the middle
Yeah.
school. You got 2 days before Christmas Eve. I know
Yeah,
that there
dude.
was lots of hot cocoa and movies during
Yes,
that
yes, yes,
period of
yes.
time, but
I can't remember what Thursday held, but Friday was a whole lot of hot cocoa and movies. Oh no, Thursday we watched the hell did we watch? We watched Die Hard. We ended up watching Die Hard on Thursday. Which I put up there with Mean Girls, dude. I know the argument of Die Hard's a Christmas movie, Die Hard's not a I don't fucking care. If it makes you feel Christmassy, cool. If it doesn't, that's cool
yeah.
too.
I will
Um,
not take that away from anybody. My only argument that I've
yeah.
made a million times, and I'll say it again on this show, you change Christmas to any other holiday, and Die Hard plays out exactly the same. There is
Yep.
nothing about it that lives and breathes on it being Christmas time, and that's fine. I just think it's a movie that's set at Christmas more than it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
The same way that
Yeah.
While You Were Sleeping, like that is a movie that's set at Christmas more than it is
Yeah.
a Christmas movie.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly Thursday through Friday was just a lot of watching Christmas movies. Just watching Christmas movies that I hadn't done over the month itself. I will say Friday morning I drove out to a little town on the eastern shore of Maryland called Chestertown to pick up a script for a show that I'm doing in February.
Nice.
And Friday was the day that like I don't know how it was up there.
Oh, Friday sucked.
Yeah.
Friday and
like-
Saturday were horrendous.
so Friday we started our drive to Chestertown. It's only like a 30-minute drive and it was drizzling and about 15 minutes in it was downpour raining. I get out of the car and I'm using the umbrella to walk up to the guy's house who's giving me the script. And by the time I get back in the car, it is now sleeting.
Yeah.
And then as we
Oh, did
went
you
to
get hit with some hail too?
hold on, yeah.
Okay.
We're getting
Yeah,
there.
no, it was a bad day.
We hadn't eaten anything, so we're like, let's run up the street and get something to eat. So we needed to pick up a few odds and ends for Christmas for dinner that night and Christmas Eve because we decided like Christmas Eve we are just going to spend with us. Like last year we had done a couple family visits and stuff like that, and this year we're like, no, Christmas Eve is going to be for us. Like Christmas Day we've got to maneuver from house from to different houses and stuff, but Christmas Eve it's just going to be us. So what we did was we picked up a few fillets, a few steaks,
Nice.
and some lobster cakes.
Oh, you didn't get
Yeah,
crabs for Christmas?
we did not get crabs for Christmas. That was an option, but then I was like, well, steak and lobster sounds really good.
Yeah.
So we got steak, lobster cakes, fresh made lobster cakes. We got them from the butcher itself. We did not buy frozen lobster cakes or anything. Um, I'm just saying, I'm
Yeah.
not poor.
I know what you're
Sorry.
thinking, and fuck you.
I know. Yeah, exactly. I know what you're thinking out there. Shut your mouth. All right. Dylan's like they're staying home to enjoy Christmas Eve. Bitch, I ain't got no money. We're eating Hungry Man's. No, I treated us. All right. So we got lobster cakes. We did mashed potatoes. It was a whole thing. It was delicious. Um, But when we were in Chestertown, and I'm like, well, let's just go now. I know it's brutal out, but when I get home, I am not going to want to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I do not want to go back out. So by the time we're walking out of the grocery store, it's fucking snowing.
Yeah.
Like, it's full blown snowing. So I'm like, all right, we need to just get home. Like, I would like to get off the roads. Like, this isn't cool because I'm not worried about myself driving. The people around me, much like we all feel, cannot drive
Yeah.
very well.
So
So
so I'll say this much about I'll save most of mine for my turn, but I had plans for Friday night, which was like I went to my parents' house to make like the prep for the traditional Kelly Christmas morning breakfast, get all that
yeah,
handled, and then I was going to go home, wrap gifts, and then I was going to go visit some friends in Delaware because we like last year we're trying to start up this tradition of hanging out on Christmas Eve. And
yeah,
I checked the temperature and I was like, "Yo, it's gonna be like 6 degrees by the time I get to your house.
yeah, dude.
I'm throwing on some pajamas and putting on some Christmas movies, and I'm not leaving." And I like threw on my pajamas by like 4 p.m. I was like, "Let's just pajamas wrapped in a blanket, finish wrapping these fucking gifts, and
Yep.
call it a day." Because yeah, it got shitty on
Yeah, dude.
Friday.
Waking up, the aux heat's on. I'm like, whoa, what's happening
Yeah,
right now? Like,
yeah,
it was
it was
wild,
rough.
man. Yeah. So Christmas Eve itself, dude, Santa had to prep his gifts the day before. I was wrapping Christmas Eve, bro.
Oh no,
Yeah, no. But what I like about rapping is like I just put on a Christmas movie and I enjoy it, man.
yeah.
I take my time. I'm good to
I
go
just
for
wish I
this.
was good at it. I am
Yeah,
horrible at wrapping gifts.
yeah. I'm okay. I'm not awful. I'm not good. I am a very mediocre gift
I just
wrapper.
never have I always go too much wrapping paper or too little.
Yeah,
I never guesstimate the size that I need,
yeah.
and then I always end up I also, like a psychopath, couldn't find any scotch tape, so everything got taped up with packaging
Oh
tape.
shit.
Like,
I love it.
so good luck to my one-year-old niece who had to try to open up some shit today. But
Your niece is like, "Break, where's the fucking X-Acto knife?"
yeah, dude, it was nuts.
Here, just take this razor blade. It'll
Yeah,
work.
yeah, have fun.
Um, so while I was rapping, I was enjoying the 6-hour post wrestling Christmas podcast
I saw
spectacular,
you were enjoying
which is
that. Yeah.
fucking wild.
And then you watch some Aquabats, baby.
Dude, hold on. Can I just say that Saturday after I got done rapping, I'm like, all right, I got to do the dishes. I'm gonna cook some breakfast finally. It was more like a brunch slash lunch, and I rewatched 8-Bit Christmas,
Oh, yeah.
and I fucking lost it, dude.
I
Lost it.
I love that like we're a show that doesn't usually have guests. We definitely
Yeah,
rarely have like quote unquote celebrity guests. The fact that
yeah,
we got to talk to the guy who wrote that fucking story, like
yeah.
I mean, it is it so by the time you're hearing this, we've already recorded our thoughts on A Christmas Story
Story
Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah,
And we're not going to spoil too much here, but man, does 8-Bit Christmas get every aspect right that
yeah,
like felt was not totally knocking it out of the park on A Christmas Story
yeah.
Christmas.
Which is very, it's very like again, not spoiling our thoughts, but it is very like didn't hate it, didn't love it. It's just there.
I gotta buy the
Um,
Blu-ray. There's the
the
8-Bit
8-Bit
Christmas got
Christmas
a
Blu-ray?
Blu-ray release. I'm
Yeah,
like,
dude.
ooh, commentaries? Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, but 8-Bit Christmas made me feel things that the other one did not.
Yes.
And, like, I get to that ending scene, and Teddy had just run up the street to Dollar General, and I'm, like, watching it on my phone while I'm doing dishes, and, it ends, and she comes in, and I turn around, and she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "His dad's dead!" Like, I can't I'm like I'm thinking about, like, future Christmases, like, without my
Yeah.
family, and I just really came to grips with, like, this time is limited,
Yep.
and it was so it wasn't awful, like, it was a good feeling, but also an awful feeling at the same time. It was weird, man, but
I
that was my Saturday
here's my
afternoon.
fucking sad thought from last night.
Yeah.
I was driving around, had some sad boy Christmas music on.
Hell yeah.
I literally think it was listening to I Hate Christmas Parties.
Oh,
Um, and I had this thought, which is we've talked about
yeah.
the saddest lyric in all of Christmas music is "Have yourself a merry little Christmas," and it's the line "Through the years we'll all be together as the fates allow."
Mhm.
And I was like,
Mhm.
man, every year the list of people that the fates didn't allow gets a little bit longer, and
Yeah.
it's a little bit sadder every year. Um, shout out to people like Meg. Like when I was sending
Yeah.
out my yearly
Yeah.
like Merry Christmases, like seeing her name in the phone and being like,
Yeah.
like it sucks. It sucks. It's a thing that
It
always
does.
sucks.
It does.
But you got those memories, you got those good friends. You
Yep.
It makes you want to bring the joy into the lives of the people who are still here all the more.
Exactly.
But yeah,
Exactly.
no, it's that movie, man. It's got, and I.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you the one that similarly I was texting you about. Let It Snow.
Yeah.
There's a scene. It's not even a sad scene, but it's a scene that made me think of Meg, and then it was fucking Waterworks.
Yeah.
Is when they're playing "Whole of the Moon" in the church on the organ, and
Yep.
I'm just like, God damn it! Because like the second I saw that movie, I was like, whenever we're allowed to play shows again, Meg and I have to do "Whole of the Moon," and obviously she got sick, and the pandemic hit in the time in which
Yeah.
I've seen "Let It Snow," so that's always been kind of stolen from me. I learned it on guitar just to know it,
Yeah.
and that scene hit real different this year because I was like, "Oh, there's that opportunity is long gone now."
For
But,
sure, man. Yeah.
shout out to your sister who, uh, covered my second favorite song to come out of that
Yeah.
movie, which is "Christmas TV" by Slow Club for the, live stream in a beautiful cover and a cute little video. The
Yeah.
Gloom's Christmas card is what I called it.
God,
Um
I could not be more proud of her. Like,
Oh,
she
she's great.
is awesome,
And she's
and
one of
she's
our
been
most
doing
loyal
so
listeners, so
much.
she'll actually hear us
Yeah.
speaking highly of
Exactly. I
her.
honestly could not be prouder of her with, like, with everything she's accomplished and going off to college and doing things that I did not do or did not get to
And doing it
do.
her own way.
Yeah,
Like, being true to herself while doing it. That's fucking
exactly.
phenomenal. Alright, so let's get to the big
So
day. It's
yeah,
Christmas
alright,
morning.
alright, hold on. Saturday night ended with you
I
spoiled it a little bit. Some motherfucking Aquabats,
From 2
alright?
years ago.
Yeah, from 2020 apparently. So I'm scrolling on YouTube and it's like 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and we had just finished watching a couple movies, and I'm like, all right, let's put something like lighter on so we can screw around on our phones or whatever, play games. And I see a day ago the Aquabats had posted a Christmas special, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'm sure it's like a live stream, like just a concert or something. So I put it on, and there are some like interstitials of them talking dumb Aquabats humor. What I love about the humor is it reminds me very much, and I told this to her, it reminds me of the Muppets,
Yes.
where like there's yes, it's targeted towards kids, but there's so many like underlying adult jokes within it, a lot of sarcasm
They're
and stuff like
very
that.
they're very inspired by the humor of both the Muppets and I would even say Pee-wee's Playhouse a little
Mhm.
bit. Like, it's that, like, you talk to kids, but you can just say things that are just on the line enough
Yeah,
that the kid has no clue what the reference is, but the adults are, like, laughing their asses off.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun, man. It is from 2020, but it's something that a little sneak preview for later in the year if anybody's an Aquabats fan, we're definitely going to be talking about it
Woo!
on this show and our love of the Aquabats as a whole because I adore them. I'm an Aqua Cadet through and through. I bought my membership the last time I saw them, and I am for it, dude. But the big day, it's Christmas.
Ba
Woo! I made it to 4:30.
Oh, wow.
I know. I made it to 4:30. Pretty proud of myself, especially because I didn't wake up like on my own volition. We have a tiny dog. He's like 13, 14 years old, and he in the middle of the night he'll jump off the bed, but the problem is he he can't get back on the bed once he jumps off. So we will sit there. Always goes to my side and just "Ruff, ruff."
Yeah, this is why I don't want a
I'm
dog.
like, "Oh my god."
This is why I don't want a pet.
I So I just reach my arm down, grab him, put him on the bed. Oh, I gotta piss. So I get up and I go to the bathroom and I'm like, all right, I'm going back to bed. And I just look and I'm staring at the ceiling and I'm like, I'm up.
Yeah. You need to
So I
get
go out.
little steps for him to climb up to the
Yeah.
bed.
So I grab my phone, I check the time. I'm like, 4:30? That's not bad, man. That is not bad for me. Okay. Because last year I was up at 3:30. There has been plenty of moments where like I have looked at the time and I'm like 2 a.m. There's no way I can get up yet. But but 4:30, that was a sweet spot because I was given a limit of I could wake people up at 6:15 in the morning. Like that was the earliest I could wake people up. I was like, it's 4:30. I can go out and watch a movie. That's a movie length of time.
Yeah.
Like that's
Pop in a
fine.
2-hour movie, you've given them 15 extra minutes of sleep.
Exactly. So I actually ended up laying down and falling back asleep for like 30 minutes. So even that eliminated some time. But woke up Teddy and the animals and we had our little Christmas in the morning. Just it's so much fun. And it's so much fun like knowing like having people that know who you are and celebrate that, whether that
Yeah.
be someone like Teddy or family or something like that. Just knowing you, it beats getting gifts like from like the Kohl's gift section,
Well, look,
you know.
you can get gift cards that say that people know you because Dylan.
Yeah, what'd you get,
What
man?
is what is one thing that I pretty much get every single day without a miss?
um Ads. I
Oh,
don't know.
no. I get my Starbucks. I go and get
You
my
get your
chai tea.
Starbucks.
I get my
Okay,
chai tea from
yeah,
Starbucks. Do you know
yeah.
how much money in Starbucks gift cards I got this year?
How much, dude?
$156 worth of
That'll get you
stuff.
like 4 drinks
I
from
know.
Starbucks.
It's literally one of the girls that I podcast for just sent me
Yeah,
$50 and said to cover your chai teas for this week.
that's
Like
awesome.
it's
I
like people
fucking
just
love
know
it.
that that's my and here's the thing. I've talked about it on a couple podcasts before. Part of it is like, yeah, they just make a good ass chai tea and try as I might, I can't make
Hell
a
yeah.
chai tea at home that tastes as good.
Yeah.
But thing number 2 is like when you work from home all the time, just having an excuse to leave the house for even 20 minutes in the middle of the day is
Hell
such
yeah,
a
dude.
gift because
Yeah.
otherwise I'd literally just be in the couch editing and watching TV and never moving. So like having something to be like, all right, let's get up, let's go get
Yeah.
like that's kind of like the start of me getting my lunch made and stuff like that. It's like, okay, okay, you're up, you're moving, you're mobile,
Yup.
everything's okay. See, here's the difference between you and I, and
Yeah.
this is not a lack of holly jolly. It's just a lack of how much freedom I get on my Christmas Eve. Working
Yeah.
at a church, my Christmas Eve is work. Like, and I
Yeah.
was at the church with the exception of a lunch and dinner break for about an hour. I was at the church from 11 a.m. until 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So I went home. I popped on It's a Wonderful Life to finish a video
I
edit,
saw that.
and I went to bed at
Yeah.
like 1 a.m. So I didn't wake up until about 8:39. But I
Nice.
knew that like my brother wasn't going to get home until about 10. So I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll set the alarm for 9. That gives me time to like slowly wake up, shower, and get to my parents' house
Yeah.
to like see him come home. Um,
And I'm not downplaying gift. I think
dude,
you took it wrong. I am not downplaying gift cards. I fucking love gift
no,
cards.
but
I'm
I know
talking
what you
about
mean.
those like the
I
boxes of, hey, I know you like spicy food, so I bought you a box of 8 bottles of hot sauces
Yes, no,
because
exactly.
of that. And I'm like, okay, you don't know me. Like you like you're
What's
just
embarrassing is I have that with some of my siblings at certain times where
yeah.
it's like I have some siblings and family members that I know exactly what they want. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And what I need to do this year, this is my New Year's resolution. I need to just start a little notepad in my phone, and when I overhear anything, any
Yeah.
even subtle reference that I didn't know about a sibling, write it down. Oh, they like
Yeah.
this. Like just kind of like making those little marks. Also, I'm putting this out into the ether, right?
Yeah.
My family
Yeah.
uses Elfster every year.
Okay.
I want Christmas 365 getting an Elfster sponsorship next year. I,
Yeah.
it's a product we use. It's a product I love. It's Christmassy as hell, but you can use it all year round. I am going to actively seek out if we can get a sponsorship from Elfster in 2023. Um,
I've never heard of this.
Elfster is literally you pop in everybody's email addresses that you're doing
Okay.
this like it's basically for like doing a Pollyanna. You put in
Yeah.
everybody's email address, you set a date that the names will be drawn, and you build like an Amazon wish list underneath your name, and it
This is
sends
dope.
an email to you and says, "This is the person you've picked. Here's their list." And what's cool is everyone has access to everybody's lists, right?
Yeah.
So like what we did for a couple years was $100 on the person that you drew, and
Yeah.
then like 10 to $15 on the other family members. Like one gift for like 10 to $15. So when you go into the list and you buy something, you can literally check this has been purchased, and everybody but the person whose list that is can see what's been purchased and what hasn't been purchased so that no one buys a duplicate order.
This is great.
It's
Elfster,
amazing.
come on, man. Sponsor us. This is an awesome idea. That is a
It's
great tool.
fantastic. We use it for friends stuff, like we use it for Friendsgiving events, we use it for
Yeah.
family Christmases. It's amazing. This is look, we got to stop talking about it because we're already giving them the free ads. We
Yeah.
need we need that money
Hey,
in our hands.
we're shutting up now, but Elfster, you know how to get in touch with
Seriously,
us.
seriously. But no, I all right, well, I don't want to step on your toes. So you open with
Yeah.
Teddy, and then
So I open with Teddy, which we can get coolest present out of the way right now. Teddy had an axe made for me.
amazing.
Like, so I'm super. I've been getting into Norse mythology a lot recently, and I replayed like the God of War game from 2018, and the new one just came out this year, and I've been reading Neil Gaiman's Norse mythology books, and yeah, so for Christmas she two of the gifts she got me, one was the cookbook from like the God of War
Nice.
Norse 9 realms, and I'm super excited. And then she bought like a handcrafted axe for me, and I'm like super stoked about it. um I'm sure you saw the picture.
Yeah, you
I
sent me the
want to show
picture.
you, but nobody can nobody can see, but it's so fucking cool.
I love it.
But yeah, that was really neat. From there we went to her family's house, had breakfast, exchanged gifts there. And kind of like you were saying, man, it's not like the Christmas itself is super exciting. It's just it's comforting. It's
Yes.
comfort food. Like we went to her parents' house, exchanged gifts, came home, stared at each other for a moment, thinking like, God, I wish we could just not. Like we're both so exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, I just give a nap. No, oh, all right. So we get back in the car, head to my parents, and what's nice is my parents have recently moved in with my grandmother. um, so and her house is it's a lot bigger than my parents' house was. It's more comforting. There's a lot more places to sit and enjoy family time.
Yeah.
So we head over there, exchange gifts, and it's overall just a really, really solid time, man. It was a good Christmas. It was a quote unquote normal Christmas
Yeah.
this year. And dude, we didn't get home till about 9:30 last night, and I will say we were in bed and asleep by 10. It was we were
Love that.
pooped.
Love that for you.
Pooped.
So
Yeah, man.
so my Christmas was like I don't have anything too fancy.
Yeah.
So the church that I work at also has a Monday through Friday child center
Yeah.
attached to it. So I was asked to do the sound and record all of the children's center recitals, of which
Yeah.
there was 4 that week. Um, Man, the perfectionist in me could not handle like 60 kids singing different parts of Go Tell It on a Mountain all at the same time.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, that's me like dealing with the drama
Yeah.
production is I'm like I always repeat myself. I'm like, all right, if they messed up, their parents are still gonna think they're cute.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine.
Like I'm just sitting there, I'm like, how and I get it. They're 2. But I'm
Yeah.
still like I'm like, how can you not figure
They're
out that everyone else is singing a different part of the song than you are? Like Like I'm sitting
Why do you suck so
Yeah,
bad?
like I'm sitting there and it's like, "Oh, tell it on Jesus Christ is born." And I'm like, "You're
Like, how
not
did you
even
even get
close."
there?
Like, slow down. But
It's
I
like a
did.
wheel of just lines from the song
Yeah,
that's going through their head, and they just land on one.
it's just chaos. But yeah, I did those. That was fun. Um, did did some just watching Christmas stuff, getting caught up on the
Yeah,
Christmas stuff. Mostly at this point, it's like I'll rewatch. Like
yeah.
there's one movie I watched that was new that I basically put on because I was like, I got to get some editing done. This looks dumb as shit. I don't think we're ever going to cover it on this podcast.
What
The
was it?
HBO Max original, A Hollywood Christmas, which was just the most on the nose meta shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's about people making a Hallmark Christmas movie while behind the scenes, a Hallmark Christmas movie is
It's
actually
happening.
happening amongst them,
Yeah.
which would have been fine if they didn't literally have a character whose entire job throughout the whole movie was to be like, don't you get it? You're in a Christmas movie. He's the guy that's come from your past while you're doing this thing, and you have to choose between him and your career. And like, she has like 8 monologues of explaining to you the plot lines of these movies. Like, who the fuck is watching a Hollywood Christmas that doesn't understand what the plot lines are for the
Yeah.
Hallmark movies it's making fun of? It doesn't make any sense. Why are we doing this? So I can't recommend that one, sadly. But Let It Snow, classic.
Hell
Muppets,
yeah.
classic. Like
Hell
it
yeah.
was such a cozy Friday despite the crazy
Yeah.
weather because I just had all of my favorite Christmas movies and Christmas specials playing on the TV. I was wrapping up the gifts. Um and I think this is the year I'll finally pull the trigger for November, December to do Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean, because
Nice.
I could not stop laughing. And
Yeah.
I've seen that every year and it still makes me laugh like it was the first time I watched it.
Dude, I think mine for this pool is it's kinda out there because I don't think a lot of people would treat it as, like, "Oh, that's one of those ones I have to watch every year." I'm pulling for The Night Before, man. That
I saw
movie.
you post about that. I have seen it maybe once and I don't even know if I've watched it because I might be
Yeah.
confusing that and Christmas Holiday Party like came out
Oh,
at like the
Holiday
exact
Christmas Party?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so I feel like I
Or
keep
Holiday Office
blending the
Party.
two of them into a singular movie in
Yeah.
my brain. So I'm
No.
down. I'm down
I will say,
for that.
uh, Office Christmas Party is what it's called. Office Christmas Party is what I thought The Night Before was going to be, and I
Gotcha.
was like, "This is gonna be dumb, and it's just gonna be raunchy for the sake of being raunchy," and not that I don't like Office Christmas Party, it's
It's
got its
fine.
place. It's definitely a background movie for me,
Exactly.
where, like, The Night Before I have to sit down and watch. It's got so many, like, good heartfelt moments and
Well,
good characters. It's a
and
solid watch.
this year I think you and I we made our list of like here's all the stuff that has anniversaries coming out.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was on that list was Bad Santa, which is a movie that like I only kind of think about, but I rewatched it this year and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
While this movie did start the raunchy Christmas trend, it also
Yeah.
has so much more heart than any of the other, like,
Yeah.
raunchy Christmas
Yep.
replications ever got.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there are moments in that movie where I'm like, "Oh my god, my heart." Like
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's such a
Yeah.
strange we'll get into it. It's a
And I
very
think you'll
strange
feel
movie.
that way when you rewatch The Night Before as
Cool.
well.
I'm
Yeah,
excited. I'm
so
ready for it.
excited for that. Sorry, go
Um,
ahead.
so then, like I said, I worked at the church pretty much all of Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
It was so funny there. So, I work with the youth group. So all the youth group kids always come and wish me a Merry Christmas. And, some of them will sit and hang out back by the soundboard. And I've taught all of them how to like run the soundboard and the video stuff. So if they want to help out, they can help out. Like, I don't care. And the one, this newer kid, she's a seventh grader, this little girl, Isla, she's talking to me about Christmas. And she's like, "Did you finish all your Christmas shopping?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Except for this one gift, I ordered it online. It's not going to get here in time." I was like, "So I had to go out shopping yesterday." I went out shopping on December 23rd for like the last second stuff that didn't show up in time in the mail type stuff.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, rookie mistake." And I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "Just tell people that stuff got lost in the mail and then go shopping on December 26th when everything's like 50% off." And I just looked at her and I'm like, "You are a genius of a child."
Right? That's a
Like
good move.
like but too many of my friends listen to this podcast, so now they'll know the move. I can't pull it off.
Yeah. Shit.
But yeah, no, and then, my brothers showed up, and this is where Christmas got a little weird this year was my sister was
Yeah.
sick. My sister was, like, really sick.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
and it was my sister who had the newborn, who kind of Christmas was built around this
Yeah.
newborn baby. Like for every one gift I got, she got five, which I'm not
Yeah, son
complaining.
of a
That's just how
bitch.
it works with a baby. Um,
I don't know, I want somebody to splice
yeah.
that because it did sound real bitter. Like
Um, but because of that, like Christmas kind of got paused. Like it was like, all
Yeah.
right, so we did all that this morning. She came over this morning with the baby, and
Nice.
we did. I got like a Christmas part two.
You got 2
Um, I got
Christmases,
two
it's great.
Christmases. But yesterday was
I'm
fine.
like, "That must be how divorced parent like,
That's
kids
literally what I was thinking. I'm like, this is what it's
like
like. This is the life. No, so my
yeah.
brother showed up. We opened up gifts with him for a little bit. We had some breakfast. Then my sister came in. We opened gifts with her and her kids. And then my sister, my mom, and I went and started prepping Christmas dinner, which was fillets. And we just did
Nice.
like fillets with some like scallop potatoes and corn and like green bean casserole, like something super simple. Uh, and then my brother's wife made homemade marshmallow chocolate bombs. Um,
Ooh.
I didn't partake because I don't like chocolate that much, and I really don't like marshmallows that much. But it
Alright,
looks
okay, pause,
delicious.
hold on. We're gonna back up a little bit
Beep,
because
beep,
I
beep, beep,
meant to
beep, beep.
bring this up a little bit earlier. So one of the fuck ups we did make was, Sunday morning after we open our gifts, I'm like, "Alright, I'm gonna throw on some coffee as we get ready to head to your parents," and we noticed we bought decaf K-Cups.
Oh
And we're
no!
like, "Oh, Jesus. How are we gonna do this?" And then I was like, "It's okay. We'll drink the decaf. Hey, text your mom and see if or not text your mom, but I said, "Hey, can we bring over the peppermint creamer for our coffee? Like, we'll just drink coffee over there." And then she's like, "Well, my family doesn't really drink coffee that much." And I'm like, How do they function? How do they wake up?" And then I was like, "Well, Matt doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah,
Like, how do you function, dude?
this is
Or
just
why?
me. This
You're
is
an
my
adult."
energy. This is my energy at all times. No artificial enhancement whatsoever. But yeah, we like our gifts. So this was the funny thing. This is the
Yeah.
So like I said, I was talking about Elfster, and I said that you could mark
Yeah.
off what gifts were purchased. So this year we
Okay.
didn't do like a Pollyanna so much as we just did. All right, everyone just get each other a Christmas ornament. Fill your Elfster with Christmas ornaments.
Yeah.
Well, my mom forgot to mark off things as purchased.
Oh,
Not only did she
no.
forget to mark things off as purchased, she said one ornament and bought like four ornaments for each kid, which meant that all of us got at least one duplicate of an ornament because she forgot to mark them as purchased on when she went through and bought stuff. So I have not one but two Creature from the Black Lagoon heads for my Christmas tree now. But then
Dick.
yeah, but then my sister, my sister always tries to find something for from the kids to us,
Yeah.
which is my favorite.
Does your family listen to this?
No, um,
Okay, so maybe I could bring a Christmas ornament. We could do some tradesies or something.
yeah, maybe we'll see.
Hell yeah.
I'm fine with that. But yeah, they. I always love messing with them because I know that my sister bought the gifts, so
Yeah.
I'm always like, before I open, I'm like, can you give me a hint on what you got me?
That's me the entire month of
Yeah.
December.
And my niece is just like, "You just gotta have to open it and find out, I guess." And then I open it and I'm like, "The complete series of Twin Peaks? How did you know?" She's like, "I just know you really well, Uncle Matt. I don't know what to tell you." Like,
Oh.
yeah, she could care less. She
Yeah.
got her Starbucks gift card, so she's happy. But yeah, no, it was a fine, nice, low key Christmas. And then as soon as we're done this,
This
we're
kid's like,
we're going to lunch. Like,
"Well, of course you like Twin Peaks, Uncle Matt. It's a Lynchian masterpiece."
but yeah, it's gonna be like this is kind of fun because my brother's home until January 3rd.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be the first time I get to do New Year's Eve with him in like
Sick.
10 years. And him and his wife have started a tradition that I am so happy that we are going
Yeah.
to leech off of, which is that since they've had to do New Year's Eve completely by themselves for the last 5 years,
Mhm.
their tradition has been that they make a big ass breakfast to eat during New Year's
Fuck
Eve. They use like
yeah.
French toast, pancakes, eggs, like bacon, like we just like make it all. And I'm like, I am a-okay if that is the plan for this year as well.
Nice,
So
dude. That
yeah,
sounds awesome.
So it'll be fun. It'll be fun. But you know what else will be fun, Dylan?
What else would be fun,
The
dude?
next 12 months of Christmas
Ooh,
365. Folks, you do not want to miss out on all the
you
good
don't.
times. We even have, before we dive into all of the new Christmas movies, I'm also going to explain why I suddenly have had a second thought on a song that I've trashed repeatedly on this podcast. It's a shorter episode for your New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
but or your New Year's Day, but stay tuned, y'all.
Yeah, I couldn't seriously. I we're repeating it over and over again. Thank you, everybody who has tuned in. It's wild. Not everybody thought that a Christmas podcast could hold up. I'll tell you
No,
that much.
no,
But we're here every week, Mondays, talking about Christmas stuff and pretty much whatever I can work in from from the week's releases or of pop culture that week. Never forget our conversations on Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends.
yes.
You never know what you're going to get here at Christmas 365. And don't worry, we will be talking about Scream 6 when that comes out
It
this
might
year.
not get its own individual episode like Dylan would want, but I'm
It'll get
sure
its
that
own individual episode because I'm not sure how many people are also following us on Instagram, but they posted a brand new poster yesterday that's a little Christmassy. So I think it counts.
sure, whatever you say.
I'm just kidding. We won't do a whole episode on it, but we will run bits into the ground. Matt,
That we will.
I love you, dude. Seriously, doing this show with you has been amazing. This has always been my favorite episode for us to record because we literally just get to kick back and shoot the shit. And I think every year I come on here on December 26th and go, well, I think this is going to be like a 15, 20-minute episode because, like, I mean, Christmas is pretty much the same. We go, we open gifts, and we come home, and it's fantastic, and we love it, and we give things that we cherish to people that we love, and well, we've been going for a little under an hour, Matt, and that's pretty fucking wild for the day after Christmas.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, that's it. But
Are you okay?
yeah, sorry. My family chat is blowing up, and I'm like, we're supposed to get lunch in 30 minutes. So what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
And it was a total change of lunch plans.
Oh no, you're like, are you supposed to be at lunch now?
No, 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 no. It was
Okay.
we were supposed to go to some place called Beer Hall that
Oh, okay, cool.
my sister and my brother found that they love because it has lobster mac and cheese on the
Ooh.
menu. But I guess they're like, hey, what if we go on a different day? So I'm like, I'm
Okay.
fine with whatever. I just need to know, like,
Yeah.
am I eating here? Am I picking up food on my way over there? Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing here? Like,
Word.
so I'm trying to. I don't
Mhm.
want to leave them hanging. Sorry. See, this is what happens. I'm not even paying it. I'm half paying attention, Dylan. It was an amazing Christmas,
It was a great
and it
Christmas.
was
It was a
made even
great
better with
season.
you. Merry Christmas, Dylan.
Merry Christmas, Matt.
Oh, whoa, oh, now we won't stop till the big ball drops on New Year's. Happy holly, have a great, great, great holly, have a merry, 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 happy holiday.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.